Hi guys, what's up? This is me, Landon, and today I'm going to be going over the deck that I played to a top 8 finish at Memphis Regionals. I played a Volcanion list, a very straightforward Volcanion list. I didn't play any Starmie. It's kind of a lot like a regular Volcanion list. My teammate also played the same 59 card list. I believe he dropped a Field Blower for a Lily, which I would recommend, honestly, in the long run. Lily is an extra supporter card, and Garb isn't seen as much play. But this is a pretty standard Volcanion list. It doesn't play Starmie. Instead, it opts to go for a more fast approach. It plays 2 Energy Retrieval, which helps for consistency. And it plays it doesn't play any extra supporter cards, although you could play the Lily. But it just plays 4 Sycamore, 4 Guzma, which is the way that I like to play it. I don't really like to play any Ho-Oh-Kiawe shenanigans. It kind of just makes you less inconsistent. So first off, we play 4 Volcanion-EX, bread and butter of the deck. Steam up ability is really nice. You can discard a fire energy from your hand, and if you do, your attacks do 30 more damage. This helps you that you hit the good numbers that you want to be hitting. Its volcanic heat attack can also be used. I found myself power heatering to this a lot because you do only play two of your main attackers, Turtonator. This is your other attacker. It has Bright Flame. It does 160, so you only need 2 steam ups to KO a Zoroark GX, and you need 2 in a Fury Belt or 3 steam ups to KO a Guardy. And then you also do discard 2 energy, which can hurt sometimes, but it's also good against in the Guardy matchup. Turtonator's other attacks, Shell Trap can be used early game, and with a couple of steam ups it can do pretty nice damage. And its GX attack is also really nice. Nitro Tank GX for 1 fire. You can attach 5 fire energy from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like, which is really nice late game. What I find myself doing is I find myself going early game aggressive with Max Elixirs to accelerate your energy, and Baby Volcanion Power Heater is really nice. You do play 3 of them to reattach your energy. I find myself going really turbo, trying to get like 1 Turtonator set up and then a Volcanion set up, and if they knock out your Volcanion with a few steam ups after you Bright Flamed, normally if you've taken 3 or 4 prize cards, what I like to do is I like to train in my opponent and find one turn where I can Nitro Tank on my energy, where I'm saying basically my opponent has to knock out my Pokemon, but I have 2 attackers up now. Even if like I didn't have the setup, I can just Nitro Tank. I have 2 attackers. What are you gonna do? You need to Guzma one of them up, but you can't knock them all in the same turn. So Nitro Tank can make for plays like that, and it's really nice. You also, your other Pokemon, you play 2 Tapu Lele, really good card right now. Obviously, Wonder Tag is just an amazing ability. And you also do play 1 Oranguru. This is for late game ends. It's also for Oranguru is kind of one of the only ways that you can still dig through your deck that's not Octillery, and Oranguru is a basic, so I like Oranguru better than Octillery in this deck because I don't really think a stage 1 belongs in this kind of deck. I've seen some lists play Starmie and Octillery. We decided to drop the 1/1 Starmie later, like right before the tournament. For energy retrievals, as I said, energy retrievals are really nice because you can just draw into them. That's two extra steam ups that you wouldn't have had, and you would need to set up a Starmie. One of the perks though of playing Starmie is that it does have free retreat. The Staryu does, which can be nice at sometimes where you can Guzma into it, but you play other switching cards, so that should be fine. And then so you're playing 4 Ultra Ball, obviously. Almost every deck plays 4 Ultra Ball. 4 Max Elixir to accelerate your energy, like you said before. You want to get a turn 2 or 3 attack that's on a Turtonator or Volcanion, put on that early pressure, or you just want to get your attackers set up and you want to power them up with your baby Volcanions. And then you do play 4 Fury Belt. I really like 4 Fury Belt in this deck. I think you should always play 4 Fury Belt unless you just absolutely need space. I don't think Choice Band is good at all in this deck. 230 HP and 170 HP is really hard to hit right now, and they need to hit a Field Blower, which a lot of decks are kind of dropping down to like 1 or 2 Field Blower, which is good for Fury Belt, for decks that play Fury Belt. And then so you do play 2 Enhanced Hammer. A lot more decks have been starting to opt for Enhanced Hammer, I've seen, because it's really good against Zoroark. You just discard a special energy. It's really good against Zoroark based decks, or Guardy. You can get rid of their DC, so that's really nice. And then you also play 2 Field Blower. You could also drop 1 for a Lily if you wanted to. I think that's one of the only cards in this deck that I might consider dropping, because Garb isn't as prevalent. And in the Volcanion mirror, if they're playing Fury Belt, you're still going to get knockout anyway, because Volcanion, as some people don't know, it is a fire and a water type. So the mirror is kind of weird, because you don't really need to use steam ups. It's kind of just a Volcanion war and who can get the Guzmas up and who gets a better setup. And then you play 2 Float Stone for retreating. So you do play 2 Float Stone and 1 Switch. Switch is just in case you have a Fury Belt on something and you've already played your supporter. You can draw into that Switch and it can be really clutch and really nice sometimes. You also do play 1 Super Rod. I like 1 Super Rod. I think I dropped my Starmie line for something else in a Super Rod. So I dropped something for a Super Rod. And Super Rod is just nice. It's really nice. You can have something to go back on. You can shuffle back in your Turtonators or your Volcanions or Fire Energy, whatever you need. And then for your supporter line, it's really simple. You just play 4 Sycamore, 4 N, and 4 Guzma. Probably the 3 best supporter cards, in my opinion, in the game. That might change with Cynthia. I don't know. N is really good. You'll probably maybe play like a 3-3 split or something, but I don't know how I feel about this deck going into Ultra Prism because of the Solgaleo GX. This deck should have a good matchup though against Duskmane Necrozma Magnezone. And then to round it off, you play 14 Fire Energy, which I think is almost the perfect number. Could bump it up to 15, could drop it down to 13 if you really wanted to. I don't think you would want to go down more than like 13. Maybe like drop a 13th one for like trying to add in a Starmie, but when you do that, it kind of hurts your Max Elixir probability, which I don't like doing, honestly. So this is the list that I played. Brady Guy played pretty much the same list, and I'll give you my tournament report. Round 1, I played against a Zoroark Golisopod deck. It was a pretty easy 2-0. That's kind of what this deck was made for, to beat Zoroark Golisopod. It has a really nice matchup against it with Enhanced Hammers. And Golisopod, they almost never want to try and get it out. So if they're doing that, they're just playing. They can only use Zoroarks and maybe like a Mewtwo or a Koko. And if they do that, then you can just get a Turtonator powered up and steam up twice. And then you're just knocking them out. You wipe their whole board. It's really easy. Round 2, I played against a Vikabulu deck. And I don't like this game at all for either of us. I donked him twice. One game he just went grub and pass, and I went Volcanion, attach, Float Stone, steam up game. Really unfortunate. And then game 3, I played against a Decidueye Zoroark deck. I think that's actually a 50-50 matchup. Decidueye is really good at stacking on damage. Game 1, I believe I won. I pulled out a really close game. I think I hit the Guzma or something. He was like 10 off or something. Game 2, he ends me down, and I just don't draw into anything. And then game 3, I Sycamore. I need, I believe, 2 energy. I Sycamore into 7 cards. I play 5 of them, and then I instruct for 1. I draw my Energy Retrieval. Pretty much can't do anything after that for him, and I just win that matchup. So I'm 3-0. I'm feeling really nice. And then I play against another Vikabulu, and they just didn't really get good luck. I won 2-0. And then round 5, I was really nervous. I'm 4-0. If I win, I'm definitely in cut. I'm 5-0. I can just ID my next 2 matches. I'm playing against Brady Guy. I believe he won Nationals in 2015. He's a really good player. And he was playing Decidueye Zoroark. And I believe I won game 1 pretty nicely. Game 2, he kind of just sweeps me. And then game 3, I clutch it out on like turn 1 at a time. So I'm 5-0. I'm super happy. I'm in cut. Round 6, I play against my teammate Brady Guy. We're both 5-0, so we just ID. And then round 7, I play against Lewis. He played Brady in top 8, I believe, and we just ID'd. He was 5-1 at the time, but he did not want to play against our decks. He was playing Zoropod, so I just offered the ID. He took it. He still made cut. He had really good resistance because he played against me and Brady. I believe Brady was his only loss, so he just didn't want to play against the deck again. And then in top 8, I'm playing against Connor Peterson. He's, I believe he's the #1 ranked senior right now. He's playing Registeel, Genesect, Zoroark, and I know you're thinking, oh, that matchup's so easy. You can just easily win that. He's playing a thick line. He's playing 3/3 Zoroark, I believe. And so how game 1 goes, he benches a Genesect, he attaches 2 energy, I believe, and then I get an early Guzma, I knock it out, and I just win from there. Game 2, he doesn't bench a Genesect. I get bad draws. I believe he got a turn 1 I believe he got a turn 2 Celesteela attacking me while I had 2 Volcanion-EXs up and no energy in play. So he takes that game pretty easily. Game 3, he gets his Celesteela set up. I believe I whiff an energy on the steam up to knock him out 1 turn. And then we're both down to like 1 prize. He ends me. He has a Registeel active. He ends me. And he has a choice bait on the Registeel, so he does 60. Off the end, I draw a Field Blower, 2 Enhanced Hammers, and Oranguru. And off my Oranguru draw, I just didn't draw anything. So it happens. I believe he lost in top 4 to, I believe, Isaiah Bradner with Buzzwole Lycanroc, who I believe took the tournament. So congrats to him. And Brady played against the same Zoropod that he played in Swiss that I ID'd with. He beat him, and then I believe he dead drew game 3 against Isaiah. So that was our tournament report. I really like this deck. I really like his position in the metagame right now. I'm going to be focusing on Expanded right now, so I might have an Expanded video up in a little bit. So I just wanted to give you guys a Memphis deck report. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe, like all our videos. We're an up-and-coming channel. Thank you guys for watching, and bye.